Welcome back to Beyond the Campfire. We are a cowboy and Indian that talks about ghosts, conspiracies, theories, cryptids, and all the like. Anything that is spooky, anything that goes bump in the night. So, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, if you want to hear a cowboy and Indian talk about it, we are the podcast for you. So, thank you so much for joining us in today. Will, what are we talking about today?
Well, we got a really cool episode for you guys today. We're pulling another category of topics we cover. We've talked about hauntings. Originally, we started on hauntings, cults, cryptids, mysteries, and conspiracies. And now we've gotten rid of cults and we've added, I think we added conspiracies. Actually, no, we were conspiracies, cryptids, mysteries. Then we added hauntings and got rid of we had cults. So
Yeah, cults. If you go back and watch some of our old episodes with the cults, those were usually pretty brutal episodes.
yeah, but today we have a
Well,
new category for cursed objects. So today we have a cursed object. So, bet you're tired of feeling. I bet you feel tired standing on your feet, don't you, Steve?
yeah, sure, you could say that.
Well, sit down and enjoy this episode, but don't sit in this chair because it'll kill you.
Oh man, we got a cursed chair today, huh?
Yeah, that is right. Today we're talking about the famous Busby death chair. Have you ever heard of the Busby death chair?
I've heard of casting chairs, but this is not that, right? So
No.
okay, no, I have not.
Yep. So apparently this is a chair so deadly, sitting in it kills you. Yep. Pop a squat for just a second, you're dead.
Okay, how does it kill you?
Well, basically you get cursed, and as we'll learn later on, there are several ways it can kill you.
Okay.
So yeah.
When I first saw the title of this episode, I was just like, is this like an electric chair? Is this like something else? But no, just a
normal chair.
Normal looking chair, but could
normal chair.
Bring lots of death in a lot of different ways.
Yes. So you might be wondering and sitting there to yourself, well, William, how did this chair become cursed? What happened? Well, in order to understand that, we're going to have to travel back about 300 years, actually 323 years. So 323, pretty interesting number, to 1702, where a murder happened.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a guy by the name of Thomas Busby, and him and his father-in-law supposedly had a coin counterfeiting business. And there's two accounts of what happened. One, the wife said ignore it because the chair sounds cooler. But the first story, which probably makes the most sense, is that they got into an argument over something about the coins. And, Thomas wanted to play whack-a-mole. Took a hammer, and he whack-a-moled his father-in-law and murdered him.
Wow. That is very brutal.
Yeah. Now, that to me, that's like, okay, that's boring. I don't like that account. My favorite account, though, is that he did murder his father-in-law, but not for the coin business.
Why did he do it?
Well, you see, Thomas liked to go to this local inn. Loved to eat there, drink there, hang out there. Right. It was his favorite place. Well, his father-in-law said, you know what? I'm going to sit down at the bar. And he sat down at the bar, right? Well, what he didn't realize is that he was sitting in Busby's favorite chair. And Busby got pissed about this.
Not the favorite chair.
Yep. He was autistic. Some are into trains and planes, and he was into chairs. So he got mad at his father-in-law, and an argument ensued about his father-in-law being in his favorite chair. I don't know what happened in that conversation, but all I could imagine is my idea is that Busby was like, "Hey, what you doing in my chair?" And the father-in-law was like, I'm sitting in it. What does it look like? And he's like, well, that's my favorite chair. And then the father-in-law is probably like, well, stop being autistic about it. And he's like, well, that's my favorite chair. And then he probably was like, well, what you doing with that hammer, Thomas? And Thomas is like, I'm going to whack you. Boom. Killed his father-in-law. So his father-in-law was killed.
What
Over a
was that?
chair.
You watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah.
Remember when he said, he's like, he's like,
I'm
what
gonna,
you
I'm
do?
gonna knock your block off.
And then he did it. He knocked his block off. But yeah, like as you were doing those voices and as you were like telling the story, I was like, man, this is like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And just, so anyway.
Yeah, so he ended up killing his father-in-law, and of course he got arrested. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
get away with murder.
you don't get to kill your father-in-law and keep walking around in civilized society.
No. And you
Yeah.
don't get to counterfeit coins either, you know?
Yeah, there's a few mistakes they were doing,
You know, if you ever sit in my favorite chair, I'll whack you. I'm kidding. I don't actually have a favorite chair.
The chair
So,
you're sitting on right now is very offended that you said you don't have a favorite chair. So.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. It's okay. It's okay. I still love you. Anyways, so he whacked his father, and they said, well, you know what? That's not going to fly. So they arrested Tommy, and they said, well, we're going to hang you because that's what we do in 1702. We hang you for murder.
Oh wow. Okay.
And just like now in America, you know, you get your famous last meal, right? Some people go for, steak and lobster. Maybe some people just want a pack of saltines, you know, to each their own. Well, Busby, he said, you know what I want? I want to sit in my favorite chair at my favorite inn
This guy,
and have a good old meal.
that guy really liked that chair. My goodness.
And they go, okay, you know what? Well, we'll let you sit in your favorite chair and have your last meal. And Busby's like, all right. So he goes, sits in his favorite chair. He's eating his meal. And then he says to everyone in the room, may sudden death come to anyone who dare sits in my chair.
He said that.
He said that.
I'm still surprised they let him sit in that chair because isn't that the chair that he killed? He killed his father-in-law over sitting in that chair, right?
Yep.
And they let him sit in that. Wow.
Yep. He loved this chair so much. He killed over it. He had his last meal sitting in it, and he cursed it. He says, anyone who sits in this chair, you die. This is my chair. I may be dead and in the dirt, but this is my chair.
This kid's mom was popping too much Tylenol when she was pregnant with him. So
I know, right? Special interest, man. Special interest. So, yeah, he cursed it. Anyone who sits in the chair, you die. So after this, they took him down the road to the crossroads, and they hanged him for murder. And then after they hanged him for murder, they did what they did back then. I don't know if you ever knew about this, but they took him and they put him in a post. Now you might be like, well, wait, what do you mean put him in a post? Did they like put him in a post? What do you mean? Well, it's this metal cage like structure that they would put dead bodies in to kind of like warn people of like, don't do this. They did a lot with pirates back in the old days. Like they would hang pirates and then they'd stuff them in these cages and like hang them in ports. So it'd be like, you see this guy in the cage? You want to be like the guy in the cage? Oh, you don't want to be like the guy in the cage. Okay, well, don't commit piracy. So it's like people would see Tommy in the cage and like, hey, you see old Tommy in the cage? Yeah, I see Tommy in the cage. You thinking about murdering your father-in-law over your favorite chair? No. Well, don't, because you end up like Tommy over there.
So well, maybe I'll ask this later, but I'm almost just wondering like why are they not destroying or burning this chair? You
I
know?
didn't think anything of it.
Yeah. I guess I'll say this though, because this chair is almost reminding me of Robert the Doll. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, you guys should go back and watch our Robert the Doll episode. Might have been one of the creepiest episodes we did because I remember the first time we tried to record it, just weird stuff was happening. We did get it done the second time, but I remember going to bed that night just feeling weird.
Dude, I'm telling you what, that episode, you can go see the chopped up footage on our Patreon. That's like literally everything that happened to us that night with the whole footage. Like there was a lot of creepy things that happened, and like we've had technical difficulties. I feel like before when we filmed the barn, which we just if you've ever wondered why we never film in the barn anymore. I mean, well, one, Steven lives in Atlanta, and I don't live near him anymore.
Nor do I
But
for you. So yeah.
yeah, so it's like when he comes to visit, we'd film in the barn, but just because of some technical difficulties, I just felt like we shouldn't film in there anymore. Um, but the thing about it was we've had technical difficulties before, but just because it just felt like the more we talked about them, the more things went wrong. And I just remember like because he was staying at my house, so he went to the guest room and slept. And luckily, I got to go cuddle up next to my wife, so that made me feel pretty good. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of like that because I will mention a death later on to where a guy did mock the chair and something happened to him. So the chair will get you either way.
Yeah. Whenever I bring up Robert Nadal, I just start to feel weird. So like even now I'm feeling weird. So maybe
All right, then shut up.
maybe we should stop talking about him.
This is like me on Saturday with the football game. Shut up.
I know. Back to the chair.
Okay, so another word for this cage that they would sometimes put people in is called a stoop. So that's where the inn he stayed in became famously known as the Busby Stoop Inn. So, little known fact, the inn is actually supposedly haunted. There have been paranormal investigators who have gone in there and they've heard like disembodied voices, which they think is Thomas speaking. Apparently, the crossroads where he was hanged is also supposedly haunted. I didn't really find much information about like what could be going on there. It could be apparitions, it could be voices. We don't know. But the main focus of the Thomas Busby legend and story is the chair and the deaths that occur around it. What's really interesting, Stephen, you'll like this. The inn, not too long ago, I can't really find the date, but it changed from an inn into a place called the Japper Spice Restaurant.
Huh.
It's an Indian restaurant now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like that exactly sounds like one. So
yep, so it's now an Indian restaurant. So they went from an inn. That's when it got murdered in. Let's see, what is it? Inn, yeah. Restaurant. And then it became just a regular inn still, but it got its name changed, and now it's an Indian restaurant.
So it's an Indian restaurant to this day.
Yep.
Dude, we gotta go.
Steven's like, forget the ghosts, forget it all. I need to go try their Indian cuisine.
Exactly. Yeah. No, forget about the ghosts. I want me some spicy curry. All right. I need my people's food in my belly.
I need some chicken 65.
There you go. They probably have it. Most Indian places have it. So
our place, like, I don't mind curry. I mean, I'm a big sauce kind of guy. But what I really like is they're at our local place. We've got like they're lamb chops, so they're on the bone, and I like getting those.
Mm-hmm.
Which I found out that like the lamb chops are like a certain price, but then there's another plate where you can get at least 2 or 3 lamb chops and a whole bunch of other meats for like the same price. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna start doing that because it's really good. There's like one that I wasn't too sure about. It was like an actual whole chicken wing. Anyways, the chair.
The chair. By the way, not sponsored by Chick-fil-A, but maybe one day we can.
So the chair has been attributed to maybe at least 5 to 7 confirmed deaths. I say 5 to 7, but I have probably more than 5 to 7. I think. Let me see. That one. That one. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 8. Maybe 9. There's about 9 confirmed deaths. Now there could be more. We just don't know. So, the first death was in 1894. There's a chimney sweep, and he apparently sat in the chair, and the next day he was found hanging in his home.
He is found swinging.
Yep.
Oh, and
Now,
the first guy was found, or not found, but he was hanged, right?
yeah, the guy who murdered his father-in-law was hanged.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
seeing.
here's the interesting thing. You would think like maybe the guy committed suicide or something. Well, what I actually found out was it was his friend or roommate that like robbed him and
What?
killed him.
Yeah,
So the chimney sweep died in 1894. Now, could sitting in the chair maybe have caused some curse on him? Who knows? Maybe his roommate was planning to rob him and kill him the whole time. Who knows? But the chimney sweep sat in the chair and then died.
that is freaky. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So more death occurred. And when I said like 9 confirmed, like I got 9 written down, but this one would be number 10, but it could be many people. We don't know. But apparently during World War II, many RAF pilots, if you don't know what RAF is, it's the Royal Air Force.
Hmm.
Um, they would come into the inn before deployment and they would sit in the chair. And then when they got deployed, they would not return from bombing runs.
Okay.
So they'd sit in the chair, then they have to go on a bombing run, and their bomber would be shot down and never return,
Oh,
killing them.
okay. Man, this chair. Okay, so I'm seeing some weird murder stuff. I'm seeing some hanging. I'm seeing. He did say, "Hey, whoever sits on my chair, they will be cursed." So
It was his favorite chair.
it was his favorite chair, and yeah, I mean, people who are sitting in it, bad things are happening to them. So
Yep. So a lot of the deaths, though, that attributed to the chair really didn't pick up till the 60s and 70s. This is where it's going to get wild. So buckle in, but don't buckle into that chair. So there's a roofer. He sat in it. Then shortly after he sat in it, he fell through a roof and died. Remember how with Robert the Doll, like we said, people mocked him and like things happened to him.
yeah,
Well, there's a supposedly a builder who mocked the curse and was like, "Yeah, it's fake or something," right? Well, a couple hours after that, he died in a work accident when he fell from scaffolding.
golly,
A delivery man who worked for the landlord of the inn, he sat in it, and while on a delivery, he died in a car crash. There's a hitchhiker and a local man who also sat in it and then supposedly died of mysterious circumstances or, died shortly after. A cleaning lady, she supposedly sat in the chair and then got a brain tumor that killed her. There was a biker who sat in it and died.
the
Um,
people that are sitting in this chair, do they know about the curse? Are they unaware? Like, I mean, what is going
I
on?
don't know.
This
And then apparently the last guy we have confirmed, he sat in the chair and then had a heart attack and died.
golly,
So the innkeeper, because of all of this, I mean, obviously, like you got this chair that, like, okay, maybe the first guy dies, whatever. Second guy dies, it's a coincidence. Third, fourth, five, six, it's like, wait a second, this is wrong. Something's wrong. So he said, "Gosh, can't have this chair. I've got to get rid of it." So he donated it to the Thursky Museum in 1978.
hmm.
And you want to know what they did with the chair?
What did they do with it?
They made it just like they took a play call out of Zaxby's playbook and they nailed it to the wall.
Huh.
If you guys don't know what Zaxby's is, it's this really cool restaurant we've got here in the South, and they like to put things on the wall. Like they would probably put this chair on the wall. So
When
yeah,
they
they
nail
nailed it.
it to the wall, is it possible for someone to sit on it or not anymore?
No, they've put it up high
They put
because
it up high. Okay.
yeah, because the museum owner was like, "Hey, I've got this chair. It's cursed. I don't want it. I don't want people dying." And they're like, "Well, okay, we can put it up." And so they nailed it to the wall in a way that you can't sit in the chair now,
Hmm.
just to keep just to be cautious. Um. So let's see. Yeah. So no ass can sit in that chair. Um. Now there is some skepticism about the chair. Just because like a lot of people are like, oh, like I couldn't really find anything to claim that Busby really did kill his father-in-law. It could be a legend, it could be true. But the problem with the chair is that the murder happened in 1702. That's the claim. A guy like looked at the chair, examined it, and he noticed that the stitching, because this is like a nice little chair. It's got like a nice little olive padding on it, like a little olive, like a green pad for you to sit on, like a little green cushion. It's a nice little fancy looking little chair. Well,
Sure.
the guy looked at the cushion and he noticed that the stitch work did not line up with how they did these chairs back in 1702. That
Huh.
aligned more with something from 1820s, like the 1828 era. Um, Now, again, that's one of the problems that some people have, is that the chair might not be authentic. So the question is, could Thomas Busby really have killed his father and there really been a cursed chair? Maybe. Maybe that's not the chair. Maybe it is the chair. Who knows? But there have been some strange deaths linked to the chair. So I don't know, man. Is the chair real? That's
Yeah,
for you to find out.
it's weird that a lot of people sat on it and they did indeed die after he said, they were cursed. So the chair's still hanging up there to this day. Is that
Yep. It's still
okay?
hanging there to this day. Let me see if I can find it.
So we can
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
go and look at it potentially.
Yeah, we could. It's still sitting there.
Has
There's
anyone?
even a band called Busby Death Chair.
Oh, really? Has anyone that tried to climb up it or anything?
Um, no, not that I know of. I don't think anybody has. Because, like I said, it's like really up there on the wall.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Well, see, here's the interesting thing: is
Yeah, it does
like
look.
one article I read said like, oh, um, like the stitching wasn't right, but when I'm looking at the actual picture of the death chair, it's literally just a wooden chair. See, it's
Yeah,
just literally a wooden chair.
right now, just yeah, you're right. Just looks like a normal wooden chair. It's suspended to prevent people from sitting in it. That's actually okay. Yeah, I mean that's wow. Yeah.
Well, guys, if this video gets 100 likes, Steven will sit in the chair.
you, you know, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious, and
Listen,
you
I will
cannot
say this. I
you
think
cannot
like
pay me. Oh, sit in that chair.
listen, I don't got like I'm not afraid of a lot of things, but when it comes to cursed objects, like obviously, the question is, do you believe in curses? Do you not believe in curses? I think curses can be real, and I think what's really like when it comes to like, oh, if you touch this, you die. If you sit in this, you die. It's something like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stand 10 feet over this way. I am not getting near that thing. So we can go look at the Busby death chair and be like, cool, cool, and then we'll walk the hell out of there in like 2 minutes because I ain't sticking around.
Yeah, I'm skeptical of a lot of things, but usually with the cursed objects we talk about, I do tend to be a believer with some of those things. Like Robert Adal, I'm convinced that thing is real. It has some demons. When the witnesses are saying like, yeah, he was walking around and throwing objects and stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, I believe he was. So but
Um,
chair. I mean, this chair, I don't know for sure, but it is weird that he cursed it and then people that did sit on it actually did die. So,
yeah.
who knows, man? Who knows? Who's to say it's not real?
Hey, how far does your cousin live from Sowerby?
Good question. He lives around. Oh, I'm trying to think.
Like,
Where
we just look up London.
West Ham football? What city are they in?
It's about a 4-hour drive from London.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he's in London. So
Yeah, so it'd be about a 4-hour drive. So we would go stay with him and we go visit this chair.
there you go.
Yeah, like I said, guys, if you want us to go visit this thing, make sure you guys go follow our Patreon because we got a really cool tier that'll be dropping whenever people start liking. And when that tier drops, you're gonna be seeing some spooky stuff. You're gonna be seeing me and Steven run around the woods, Scooby Doo style. Like Steven's gonna jump in my arms and be like, "Zoinks!" Yeah. So what are your thoughts? I mean, do you think the chair could be real? Do you think it could be killing people? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I just said, I do tend to believe in the cursed objects. This one, I don't know. Robert Nadal was just like there's just so many people that talked about it, and this one, I mean, there also is still like a lot of people that are talking about it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's curious. Well, when was the last time someone sat on it? I know it's kind of been a while.
Like I said, the last time somebody sat on it was in the 70s. I don't know when, but it was the 70s.
Did
Because
that?
in 78,
I mean,
because
I mean
apparently,
everybody.
like, huh?
I know everybody does eventually, but like the last person that sat in it, did something happen to them or?
That's my guess.
Okay.
Because I think like the last reported death was the guy with a heart attack. And like I
Yeah.
said, the innkeeper just didn't want to keep the chair anymore, so he got rid of it. And so it's kind of like, for an innkeeper to say, this chair that I've had since 1702, I need to get rid of it.
Right. Yeah.
Makes you wonder if something could have been going on with the chair.
Maybe, man. Maybe. So yeah. That's funny. There's a band named after it. This band. When did they become a band? And I'm guessing it's an English band, right? Like it's
Yeah.
when, because I've never heard of them before, but uh,
Yep. It says the
that
Busby.
that goes pretty hard.
Man, they're so underground that they're on I can only find them on Facebook.
Yeah, I see. Do they still play to this day?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, really? Look at that.
Let's see. Let's see. There's a punk band from Allen Park.
Hmm.
Doesn't say anything else. They really only formed like 2011. It looked like, but they just like go around like I don't think they really have any like music out on Spotify. It says this is funny. Apparently, the band members were been previous in bands such as Pure Bastard Extract. That's a band name.
Hmm. That is a bad name.
That's a mouthful of a band name. Punch and Wipe and Full Strike Frenzy. Oh, that's a really cool band name. Fondle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they just go around and they play music. But yeah, I think the chairs. I could think there could be something behind the chair. If the murder truly did happen, I mean, you think about it, there is some people believe in power and curses. I mean, we've talked about a couple curses on here, like we talked about with the Salem witch trials. There's a curse there. We've talked about the Bassano vase. I mean, obviously Robert the Doll is the most famous, but I don't know, man. I think there's something. I think there's something there, and I think we might need to go investigate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sounds good to me. So,
All right, you got anything else?
That's all I got. But yeah, stay safe out there, kids. Yeah, I mean, I do want to go see it. I wouldn't sit on it, right? You can pick.
No, I'm not gonna sit on this chair. You crazy?
Yeah, but I got nothing else. You got any last minute thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, I don't think I do. Wow, we've hit an episode that's less than 30 minutes. It's straightforward, man. There's not much you can do with this. It's like there's a chair. If you sit in it, you die. What else can you say? I think if it's true, great. That's scary. That's terrifying to know that if I sit in this chair, I'm dying. But if it's not true, I still think the story's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's a cool story. So,
well, thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Beyond Campfire, and make sure you check out our Patreon. We've got a sale that's actually ended. I forgot this episode's coming out Friday. It's weird when you film and you film a week in advance, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, that's happening tomorrow." But wait a second, it's already happened. Anyways,
Thing though, will this be officially be our shortest episode?
No, we've had shorter.
We've had shorter than 30 minutes?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
we're at 30 minutes now. We've been blabbing.
oh, there we go.
All right.
Well,
Well, thank you guys again for watching. And yeah, if you see an empty chair, maybe don't sit in it.